Oh, was
The
it?
National Football League schedule is out. We're 112 days from kickoff, but Graziano has put together the good, the bad, and the ugly of schedule release. Remember, these are the things that will impact teams based on what happened yesterday. Graziano, give me someone for whom yesterday was very good.
The Buffalo Bills have an amazing schedule. They will leave the Eastern time zone once this season. They have a trip to Houston, which is in the Central time zone. That's a Thursday night game, so they even get a little extra rest after it. Their Miami road game is in November when it's not still hot in Miami. Everything broke right. Their last two games are at home. Everything broke right for the Buffalo Bills on this schedule release.
The Bills feel to me going into it like they are the team to beat in the AFC.
I feel like we've been saying that the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, last year going into the season without Stephon Diggs, we were wondering what this offense would be. Josh Allen took a step forward in winning the MVP. Josh Allen was 1 yard away or a catch from a tight end away from taking this team to the next step. And so the Bills, to me, are going to be the team to beat along with the Baltimore Ravens. But you have to execute it with a schedule like this. You could host games throughout the playoffs.
Well, we're going to get to the Ravens because they had the opposite day. But let's first do the bad. That was the good. Who got it bad yesterday?
The Bengals, tough break for them. We know in the Joe Burrow era, they are slow starters. He's 7-10-1 in the month of September. They have 3 road games in September, so that's really nice if you're the Bengals. You're trying to get off to a fast start. At Cleveland, where you always struggle, then home to the Jaguars, then at Minnesota, at Denver, 2 playoff teams from last year. If the Bengals want to get off to a fast start for a change, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I mean, listen, they're notorious for starting slow. Like, that has to be, to me, that, you know, they have to prioritize. Look, whatever y'all were doing before, we changing it completely up because that wasn't working. They have to get going early in September.
Yeah, those first 2 games feel winnable. I know they always struggle with Cleveland, but they certainly feel winnable. We'll see. Then you mentioned the Ravens a minute ago. Graz, give me the ugly.
I mean, it's all ugly for the Ravens. Brutally tough start, right? At Buffalo, they got Detroit early, at Kansas City early, and then even the back half of the schedule, their last 8 games are all outdoors in places where it gets cold at that time of year, right? Yeah, Cleveland, a couple home games, Cincinnati, Green Bay in week 17. Does that sound like a lot of fun?
Zero. I have zero concern about the Ravens and their schedule.
Nope.
Zero. They can play outside. They can play inside. In the regular season, I hope I don't even have to come on, get up, and talk about them at all. I expect them to be a good football team. I expect them to be in the playoffs. I expect Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry to do what Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry always do. And then when we get to the playoffs, that's when we get an opportunity to start talking about the Baltimore Ravens because what team will show up? No matter where they play for the first 18 weeks of the season, I do not care.
That's fair, but I mean, 3 of their first 4 games are Buffalo, Detroit, and Kansas City. Yeah. They have a stretch in the middle where they play 3 consecutive road games.
That's a tough one. Don't worry about it.
And they finish with 3 road games in the last 4.
You know why I don't worry about it?
Zero concern.
You know why I don't worry about it?
Tell me.
Because their style of play travels everywhere.
Zero concern.
They play defense and they run the ball. It can go anywhere.
We'll see. Maybe they overcome it as we continue. As we are 112 days away from kickoff, I've got a great football squad ready to roll today, and we're looking at the most interesting matchups that were announced yesterday in the release. Dan Graziano, which one do you have your eye on?
Always gravitate toward Chiefs. Bills, always a fun game. Bills always win it in the regular season. Chiefs always win it in the postseason. This one's in week 9. Bills could be 7-0 by then if you look at their schedule. Bills, Chiefs, can the Bills do anything that gives them enough confidence to win if they have the rematch next January?
The Bills only leave the Eastern time zone one time during the entire season. They got a very good day yesterday. RC, what game do you have your eye on?
I'm looking forward to Lions-Ravens in week 3. We know Lamar Jackson dominates the NFC during the regular season because, well, he's never made it to a Super Bowl to play an NFC team in the Super Bowl. It's a big game. But I look for the Detroit Lions, who I think will have a tougher road in the NFC North this year. That's a Monday night football game, so we'll be in attendance. I want to see if the Baltimore Ravens continue their dominance over the big-time NFC teams.
The Lions, I believe, have 7 outdoor games this year. Remember, they had almost none last year. And then, D. Wood, what game do you have your eye on?
How about the Steelers visiting the Jets? Do the league know something that all of us don't know?
Week
far as week 1, as far as who's the quarterback going to be be for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Is it going to be that old man Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, you slick joker.
Old man Aaron
NFL,
Rodgers.
you.
Absolutely. There's so many storylines in this game. Obviously, with Justin Fields being the quarterback, new quarterback of the Jets, playing against his old team, will Aaron Rodgers be the quarterback week 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Look, this is what the league did yesterday. They have the Steelers at the Jets week 1, and they put the Steelers game at Green Bay as a standalone night game. They're acting like they believe Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback.
The NBA has the draft lottery.
Right.
We have the schedule release.
Right.
Like that's the way. That's the way we both build excitement.
That's right. Anything on Rodgers?
I think if they knew Rodgers was going to play for the Steelers, they would have made that game a primetime game in week 1. I don't think it'd be sitting there in the middle of the afternoon. So I think they're hedging. Burn me once, burn me twice, not 3 times.
Hey, you heard what George Bush said.
If I'm making the schedule.
Hey, fool me twice. Can't get fooled again.
There you go. Who could forget?
Okay. All right, we're just getting started. Coming up, we have so much more on the NFL.
Speaking of M's, Derrick Henry has a contract extension with the Ravens. He'll get 25 M's guaranteed in this new 2-year deal. It's worth $30 million. It's the largest deal in NFL history for a running back over the age of 30. Henry put up 1,921 rushing yards last season and a franchise record 18 touchdowns. He is now the 4th highest paid running back in all of football. Even at 31 years old, Derrick Henry still has plenty left in the tank, at least if last season's any indicator. 2024, he was 2nd in the league in rushing to only Saquon Barkley. Last season, Henry's 4th career season with at least 1,500 yards. Barry Sanders, the only player with more. Every player who has done so at least 4 times is in the Hall of Fame.
We got everybody's work schedule yesterday from across the NFL. The Ravens have 7 national games. Cowboys have 8 national games this year. We're going to find out real quick whether they're a contender or pretender no matter what. We're going to talk about them like they're the former. Dakota Prescott speaking yesterday on what former Steeler, now current wide receiver 2, George Pickens, brings to this offense.
I'm excited. I mean, you turn on the tape and you see a guy that can catch the football. You put the football anywhere in his vicinity, very strong hands, more than a 50-50 catcher. He thinks it's his ball when it's in the air, and I'm excited for him. I know that we need some help in that position. I know CD needs some help, and I think when you have a guy like that, and I heard George say it, it's hard to double team 2 guys, and then when you've got other guys, whether it be Ferg, Jalen Tolbert, Mingo, guys who have had reps and know how to get open in the league, I think we're putting together a nice group of weapons.
Yeah, let's take a look. Here's what the Cowboys have at wideout. CeeDee Lamb returns as the top target after posting his 4th straight 1,000-yard campaign this past season. But over the last 2 years, he had nearly 1,700 yards more than the next closest Dallas receiver. That is a big reason Dallas traded for George Pickens, who was 8th in the NFL in yards per catch last year. Every time he caught it, it was first down.
All right, Gary mentioned it. NFL schedules have been released. When we come back, we're going to tell you why you can see.
Hôm nay mình sẽ hướng dẫn các bạn cách làm một chiếc túi xách mini cho búp bê từ len nha. Nguyên liệu của mình đây nhé. Mình sẽ sử dụng 2 màu sắc len như thế này để làm này. Màu hồng và màu vàng. Kết hợp lại với nhau nha. Dùng kim móc len và kéo nữa. Rồi bây giờ mình sẽ bắt tay vào làm. Đầu tiên thì mình sẽ sử dụng cái phần len màu hồng trước nha mọi người. Mình gỡ len ra. Đấy, giờ sẽ tiến hành móc nha. Mình sẽ móc một cái phần túi như sau. Mình đầu tiên là móc một nút thắt. Đây sẽ móc vào đây những cái mũi bím kép nha mọi người. Móc những mũi bím kép vào. Cứ luân phiên từng mũi một nha mọi người. Tiếp tục cứ luân phiên như thế này là được nhá. Móc tiếp nha. Rồi mũi nữa đây. Tiếp tục móc. Đấy, mình sẽ được một cái chuỗi như này. Rồi bây giờ sẽ móc những cái mũi tiếp theo như sau. Mình sẽ móc xuống những mũi nửa kép nhé. Đây, móc một mũi bính đơn, sau đó móc xuống đây những cái mũi nửa kép. Đấy, móc xuống như này. Đầu tiên là 2 mũi vào một chân nhé. Bây giờ sẽ móc tiếp những cái mũi tiếp theo. Đây, móc tiếp những mũi nữa xuống đây. Mũi tiếp theo. Đấy, mình sẽ móc vô từng mũi một vòng quanh.